Binance, the largest cryptocurrency exchange globally, may be leaving the North American market altogether. It was announced earlier this week that they would be leaving the Canadian market, and we know a couple of months back they were sued in the US by the CFTC over offering unregistered crypto derivatives products. Now, this comes at a time when we see Crypto.com actually continuing their expansion in North America. In fact, they were the first global crypto platform to sign an undertaking with the Ontario Securities Commission, and they have began their Crypto.com exchange rollout in the US to select institutional investors. So we're going to break down in this video why this may be a very good opportunity for Crypto.com and CRO to take a ton of market share in North America, and then we're going to wrap things up by taking a look at the technicals of both BNB and CRO. Binance tweeted here on May 12th, "We had high hopes for the rest of the Canadian blockchain industry. Unfortunately, new guidance related to stablecoins and investor limits provided to crypto exchanges makes the Canada market no longer tenable for Binance at this time. We put off this decision as long as we could to explore other reasonable avenues to protect our Canadian users, but it has become apparent that there are none." Now, we're going to talk about exactly what the new stablecoin and investor limits are here in terms of Canadian regulations, which are actually horrible for crypto adoption in my opinion. But first, I do want to point out that this is not actually the first time Binance has run into trouble here in Canada. So back in 2021, Binance publicly announced its intention to withdraw its services from Ontario. However, on December 29th of 2021, Binance falsely notified investors that it would be allowed to continue its operations in Ontario. And these events resulted in the Ontario Securities Commission issuing an announcement on December 30th of the same year to confirm that no entity in the Binance group of companies holds any form of securities registrations in Ontario. Further, Binance subsequently confirmed to OSC staff and advised Ontario investors that trading restrictions were in place for Ontario accounts on the Binance platform, whereas at the time, Ontario investors were in fact able to continue trading. So you can see right here, based on this press release alone, that Binance has already not been operating in Ontario for over a year at this time. And this is a big deal because Ontario does make up a vast majority of the Canadian population. So for them to leave the rest of the Canadian market is not exactly a big deal, but the two things they did cite here was stablecoin and investor limit regulations. And that's what I want to talk about now, because this is actually terrible in terms of crypto adoption here in Canada. So for starters, Ontario crypto exchanges impose a $30,000 Canadian annual limit on altcoin buys. So effectively, all cryptocurrencies except for Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ether, and Litecoin are now subject to a $30,000 investment limit. And I mean, first of all, the fact that they included Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin on this list, I mean, I don't know if whoever made these regulations are living back in 2017, but these two altcoins here are definitely not blue chips, should not be up here with Bitcoin and Ether as being excluded from this $30,000 buy limit. However, just the fact that the Canadian government is effectively looking to impose limits on how much of certain altcoins you can buy, but allowing you to buy as much Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin as possible really does just go against the freedom of trade in my opinion. And additionally, Binance does also talk about the stablecoin regulation here, and that is basically the fact that any Canadian stablecoin must be fiat backed, and distributions of stablecoins in Canada must be made in compliance with applicable Canadian securities laws, with the result that issuers of stablecoins will need to comply with prospectus requirements or find an applicable exemption. And this means that the stablecoin issuer must maintain a reserve of assets with a market value at least equal to the value of their stablecoin at the end of each day. So while I don't necessarily agree with the $30,000 buy limit, actually I don't agree with it whatsoever, I do agree with the stablecoin regulation, especially after the collapse of the Luna US dollar that we saw last year. I think it is more than reasonable that they should be able to prove a 1-to-1 reserve of their stablecoin essentially, and I don't think that algo pegged stablecoins are safe. I think they've been proven to fail time and time again. So the stablecoin regulation, I think, makes sense. The $30,000 buy limit is absolute BS. But aside from Canada, it does appear like Binance may just have to leave North America altogether. If you guys recall, we covered here on the channel a while back that Binance and the CEO Zhao is being sued by the CFTC over willful evasion of US laws and offering unregistered crypto derivatives products. So we can see here they are charging Binance with violating laws around offering futures transactions, illegal off-exchange commodity options, and failing to register as a futures commissions merchant. We can also see that they are basically accusing Binance US here of being a maze of corporate entities to basically hide the true ownership of Binance and Binance US, which does have Changpeng Zhao as the CEO, and Binance US is effectively their way to work around these American regulations. Now, I think it's kind of ironic that they are being kicked out for actually offering options trading, while at the same time, Crypto.com has launched the first CFTC regulated options trading platform in the US. Additionally, at the same time that Binance is leaving the Canadian market, we can see here that in August 15th of last year, Crypto.com announced that they are actually the first global cryptocurrency platform to sign a pre-registration undertaking with the Ontario Securities Commission. Under the term of agreements, Crypto.com is committed to working with the OSC to offer a suite of products and services in full compliance with Canadian regulations. And we can see here, if we actually take a look at the Ontario Securities Commission official website, you can actually go ahead and scroll down and take a look at all of the registered digital asset providers. And all of the ones in this top category here are in fact based in Canada, like Newton. We have Netcoins, Wealthsimple, Bitvo, BitBuy, Coinberry, and Coinsquare. And down here are the actual global cryptocurrency platforms that have signed a pre-registration undertaking. And we can see here that includes names like Coinbase, DigiFinex, Gemini, Kraken, Index, Uphold. But we can see that all of them actually did register here on March 24th of 2023 in line with regulations. Meanwhile, Crypto.com had a massive jump here, actually being the first to apply in August 3rd of 2022. So let's say that Binance is to leave the North American market here altogether, and we know that OKX actually has left Canada as well. We can see here that Crypto.com is set to be one of the few crypto exchanges that is actually able to operate in both Canada and the US. And this could mean that Crypto.com and CRO have a ton of market share to gain over here in North America. And I do believe this is important because adoption of the Crypto.com platform could also lead to more adoption of CRO, and that's through two main products that I do want to break down here in just a couple of minutes. So the first one here is the Crypto.com Visa program. I mean, we've broken this down here before on the channel. Basically, you lock up a certain dollar amount worth of CRO, and you get this crypto Visa in return with some very juicy benefits. You can see here that the lowest tier is the Midnight Blue for free, but it has no perks. The Ruby Steel for 400 USD offers 1% cash back. The Royal Indigo and Jade Green for 4,000 USD offers 2% cash back. The Frosted Rose Gold and Icy White for 40,000 USD offers 3% cash back. And the Obsidian Black for 400,000 USD offering 5% cash back. You can take a look at some additional benefits here, including Spotify and Netflix for the first 6 months on the Royal Indigo and Jade Green, Spotify, Netflix, Expedia, and Prime for the Frosted Rose Gold and Icy White. That is a full rebate. And the big thing to kind of keep note of here is the fact that all this cash back is given back to you in CRO. Now, additionally, you have to lock up a certain amount of CRO that is equal to the dollar value to get this card. And if you so choose to unlock your CRO, boom, look at how many benefits you lose on this card. So effectively, once you buy the Visa, you are incentivized to not only buy CRO, but actually hold it to continue receiving the benefits of the Crypto.com Visa. And I think anybody who has this Visa can speak from experience for the most part anyways, and say that, yeah, once you get the Visa, it definitely is very hard to unstake and let go of these juicy benefits. So that is one way the Crypto.com app does incentivize you to actually lock up your CRO to earn some very nice benefits through their ecosystem. And the second one here comes from the Crypto.com exchange, which announced last March they were beginning their rollout in the US to select institutional investors. Now, this is not to be confused with the Crypto.com main app. The Crypto.com exchange is meant to be more so for the pro traders. They do have a little bit more of a sophisticated trading platform offering loans, futures trading. And the big thing here in relation to CRO coin is the fact that they do offer a lockup on your CRO in return for some very juicy reduced trading fees and even trading rebates depending on how much CRO you have locked up here on the platform. So you can see that with 50,000 CRO staked or more, you get a 0% maker fee. For 100,000 CRO or above staked, you get a 0.01 basis point rebate on your maker fees. And for over 500,000 CRO staked, you are getting a 0.02 basis point rebate. So the big thing here to note is that if we have institutions using this platform, which we know that Crypto.com has been testing with since March of last year, I mean, trading millions of dollars on the platform definitely does make it appealing, even for a 0.01 basis point rebate. You know, a percentage of a percent doesn't seem like a lot, but when you factor in that institutions are trading millions of dollars, that is definitely not a small amount of change to be saving for locking up your CRO. And I do think this is one way Crypto.com can appeal to institutions by actually offering them lower trading fees at the cost of locking up CRO one time. Not to mention here, they will also be earning a nice yield of 4% on 50,000 CRO or up, also 100,000 CRO or up here, and then anything from 500,000 CRO and up is going to be getting an 8% APR. So lots of potential here for Crypto.com and CRO coin to kind of creep up here on Binance's market share and take some of that from them, which hopefully will lead to more adoption of CRO coin itself. Now, to wrap things up here, I do want to give you guys a quick update on both BNB and CRO coin in terms of the technicals. And what we can see here when it comes to BNB coin is that it does look like it is coming up on an inflection point. After bottoming out here in June of 2022 at about a $180 price tag, it is now up to about $311. We can see here that it has been respecting this uptrending channel and recently broke above the bull market support band here once again in March of this year, and currently looks like it is coming in for a retest of that bull market support band sitting at 311. So what I am looking for on BNB chain here, or sorry, on BNB coin is effectively just a decision to be made. Either we break out here above $333, in which case we could see a nice run back up to 400, and if we do break down here, it looks like BNB may want to come in for a retest of the $300 area of support, and below that we would be looking at support levels sitting down here at about $260. If you guys take a look here on the monthly time frame, you're going to notice this has historically acted as a pretty strong area of support and resistance for this project. So BNB coming up at a very interesting spot in terms of the price action. That's why I did want to bring it to your attention. And then in terms of CRO coin here, I mean, looking once again at a monthly time frame, CRO coin has still failed to kind of break out of this downtrend meaningfully. While BNB is above the bull market support band, CRO coin is below the bull market support band here. And taking a look on a year-to-date basis, a trading range I have really been liking CRO in here is the 5.5 cent to 10 cent trading range. So back here in November, we spoke about CRO actually finding a lot of support at the 5.5 cents area, and it did rally a very nice 30% here in really just a couple of weeks time from November 14th to the beginning of December. Then once again here in the new year, we saw CRO come back down to the 5.5 cent area once again. We spoke about this as a potential trading opportunity, and it proceeded to rally over 70% to about 9.5 cents. So while on a longer time frame, it doesn't really look like CRO coin has a lot going on, especially when compared to BNB. The trading range it is in right now has made for a very juicy trading opportunity, and I will be keeping my eye on CRO coin to see if it does want to make its way back down to 5.5 cents in the next couple of weeks. So on that note, if you did enjoy the content in today's video, you know what to do. If you made it all the way to the end, you are an absolute champion. Let me know in the YouTube comments down below and claim that champion status. I hope you are all having an amazing day, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.